You're listening to SiriusXMU. I'm Jenny Elliskew, and we're going to do something really interesting coming up. I'm going to world premiere a pair of covers. It's a Smash Mouth cover of a Car Seat Headrest tune and a Car Seat Headrest cover of a Smash Mouth track. And I've actually got Greg from Smash Mouth and Will from Car Seat Headrest in the studio to talk about how the heck this happened in the first place and to tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind choosing each song. So, Will, I want to start with you. How did you first become aware that Smash Mouth were fans of your music? Was it just a tweet? Because I feel like
it was just a tweet.
I saw that tweet.
I think July of, was it 2016? I saw a tweet that just said "Drunk Driver's Killer Whale's best song of 2016," and it was from Smash Mouth. So that kind of made my day, and I think we just went back and forth for a bit, and I re-listened to Astro Lounge, and that was it for the moment. But eventually, I think someone else on Twitter asked for a split between us, and we decided to make it happen.
Sounded like a fantastic idea immediately.
Yeah.
And so, Greg, how did you guys, my assumption has just sort of been that, like, y'all listen to XMU. Oh, maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part. I'm like, we're doing it! We're doing it!
You hit it on the head.
Okay,
yeah,
sweet.
You actually introduced me to Car Seat Headrest. And so when I heard about the tweets going back and forth, I'm like, whoa, I love these guys.
Yeah.
You know? And
So who's the tweeter?
that would be somebody over at their office.
Oh, okay.
And so,
Ron
yeah,
X.
this is another intriguing aspect of this, Greg, is that because you're not a full-time member of Smash Mouth anymore, right?
Well, I haven't been.
You haven't been. I just want to explain to listeners that Greg is an original member of Smash Mouth and also the guy who wrote the big early hits. And you left the band and came back and then kind of left again. But my understanding is that you were so kind of stoked on getting in the mix with this recording that you kind of returned to the fray. Is that?
Yeah, I can honestly say that the two people I'm sitting in this room with are responsible, indirectly for that.
High fives, Will.
Yeah.
High fives all around.
We brought Greg back.
Yeah, I really liked the band, Car Seat Headrest, and the songs that you were playing, and so I kind of started digging a little deeper into it, and Something Soon just automatically was speaking to me. The lyrics, his lyrics are just amazing.
Yeah.
To me. I've always been like, that's always the main thing that I go for the artists that I listen to is the lyrics, and his automatically grab you, they pull you in, whereas Smash Mouth, the music might grab some people, and then you start listening to the lyrics and going, oh, that's a little darker than it sounds.
Right. Right.
And I hope, I like to think that he and I have some things in common in that way, and some other things I want to tell you about later. But
I want to play Will's cover of Fallen Horses first, and then we'll talk some more about the Smash Mouth cover of Something Soon. But, I wasn't familiar with that tune before this and listened to both versions of it. And, as soon as I listened to your version of it, I thought, like, okay, I can kind of understand why Will would have chosen this as a tune to cover. I'm curious to know more about that and whether that was a song you were familiar with before this project came together.
It must have been because I listened to this record, Astro Lounge, back when I was young. It wasn't one that I had retained fully until I went back and revisited it. But it just, when I heard it in 2016 or 2017, whenever we were starting to consider working on this, it really took me aback because it seemed like a very powerful song, but in sort of a pop mode. So I kind of stripped it a little bit and tried to focus more on the sort of emotion behind it.